Guys, here are all the ingredients that I'll be using to make tuna pie. Here with me is a flour, chopped onion, vegetable oil. I'm using green peas. You can also swap this for potato. I chose to use this in this video. I'm using carrot, tuna stick. For you to know, the tuna stick I'm using is this product. I got egg, baking soda, salt, seasoning, mixed herbs, and a butter. So let's get started. First of all is to mix our dough for the tuna pie. Now we are going to add our baking soda. We'll add our salt, so the next thing we are going to do is to add our butter. We are going to mix this until it becomes crumbly. So you can see that our tuna pie dough, I've finished mixing the ingredients. So you can see this is how your dough should look like. It will have a crumbling, stuff. It will look crumbly. So this is how it's going to look like. So the next thing we are going to add is our water. When you're adding water to your dough, you are going to use your discretion. You're not supposed to add too much water. You add bit by bit. Don't just pour everything once. So here we are still going to add our water and mix again. So you can see that I finished mixing our tuna dough. So this is how your dough should look like. This is the consistency you're going to have. It will have that buttery dough. See how I'm pulling it? You're not supposed to have a stretchy dough. So now I'm going to transfer it to the freezer. I'm adding it to the freezer bag. You can also cover this up. So the reason why I'm transferring it to the fridge is because I want to have that flaky tuna pie, that crispy and flaky tuna pie. So here is our dough. I'm going to be transferring it to the fridge and leave it for 20 minutes. So see you guys in a bit. So guys, now that our pot is on fire, here's the time for us to start preparing the tuna filler. We are just going to add our vegetable oil, so next is to add our onion. So we are going to leave this to fry for like 2 minutes before adding the rest of our ingredients. So the next thing we are going to add is our tuna steak. So now we are going to add our mixes, our seasoning and our sauce together. So the next we are going to add is our vegetable. These are carrots, and I'm adding the green peas. So we are just going to stir fry this for another 3 minutes. So this is time for us to add our water. So here you don't need to add too much water. And now we are going to cover this up, and we are going to allow it to cook for like 8 minutes. Make sure your carrot is cooked this time, and the green peas I'm using. So now I'm going to go ahead to prepare the thickener for the filler. So now we are going to prepare our thickener. Here with me is a plain flour, and I'm going to add it to the warm water. You must make sure you are using a warm water for the mixing. So I'm going to add more. So make sure you mix this very well. So here's our thickener. This is how you prepare your thickener. So now that our thickener is ready, I'm going to go ahead now to add it to our tuna filler. So guys, here is our tuna that I've been cooking. So you can see how it is now. And now I'm going to add our thickener that we have made. The purpose of this is to bind it together. So that's it. You can see that these have been able to help us to thicken our filler. So here is it. So our filler is done. This is it. So now I'm just going to allow it to cook again for like 2 minutes, and I'll take it out from the fire. Guys, here is our dough. I brought it out from the fridge after 20 minutes. Now I'm going to transfer it now to the bowl. You can see how it's looking at this moment. So here is our tuna filler. It has cooled down. Make sure it's completely cooled down before you use it. And our next is our rolling pin and our love shape cutter. So let's get started now. So the first we are going to do is to sprinkle some flowers on our desk. Make sure your desk is clean before applying your dough. So now we are going to roll out this dough. now we are going to cut it out with our love shape cutter. You can choose to use any cutter of your choice. So now we are going to set this aside. Roll out another one again. When you are rolling out your dough, the first thing you do is to form it into a ball shape. Yes, then sprinkle some flour and roll out your dough. So now we are going to cut it out with our love shape again. Guys, you can see that I've finished cutting out our dough. So here's the time for us to start adding the tuna filler. Please, when you are adding this, you don't need to add it too much. Don't fill it up too much so that it will not start bursting. Finish adding the tuna filler. Here's the time for me to start covering it up. So this is how we cover. So the next thing we are going to do is to make sure you press it with you need to press it up, you seal it up. You have to seal this up so that it will not start busting open while it's baking. You can also use fork. It's all about choice, so I choose to use this. So now we are going to leave this aside. Here is our tuna pie. I've finished cutting them out. So at this time, I'm going to be transferring it to the baking pan. I've already greased this pan with butter. So now I'm transferring it to the pan. This is how we make tuna pie. It's so easy to make. It's not hard at all. You can also give it a try. So the next thing is to pierce it with a fork. The reason of doing this is to allow it to get done inside. So now we are going to apply our egg. This makes it look shiny. So now to apply your egg. So guys, here is our tuna pie. I've finished applying the egg and I'm going to go ahead now to transfer it to the oven. Before you bake this, make sure you preheat your oven. So see you guys in a bit. So guys, here is our tuna pie and it's finished baking after about 35 minutes. So I'm going to be showing you how it is. So this is it. our tuna pie. Wow. I'm gonna be having a taste. This tastes so yummy. I want to say thank you so much for your time for watching this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe and share. Bye bye and God bless you.